Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome to an introduction with Clever. We're going through the Becoming a Digital Learning class, and this is the first place to start. So through your orientation, you should have been shown how to get into this screen here, logging in using your Chromebook. If you have your own personal computer, then you will need to get this URL up here. It's clever.com/in/summitlc, and set up your own computer to be able to get into this. And then you also want to make sure you use Chrome and get the Clever extension installed into Chrome. All right, but once in here, let's take a look at what we got. So on the left, you have your menu with main curriculum apps, supplemental learning apps, testing apps, homeroom class links, elementary options, and virtual classroom links. Now you may or may not see all of these depending on kind of what you have permissions for. Some of these depend on what classes and you've even signed up for in the first place. But I want to go through some of these a little more in depth from your orientation and make sure you understand, as well as testing things out. So up at the top, main curriculum apps. This is where, if you're 6th to 12th grader with us, you are taking a lot of your main curriculum, your math class, your language arts class, your health class, any electives. All of you have access to Canvas. You should be able to click on that and get right into Canvas. If you have an Edgenuity course, you'll see the Edgenuity app show up right here. If you don't have it, that just means you don't have an Edgenuity class. Everybody has this Odysseyware login. That's one of the curriculums we use. The way it works is just everybody has it. It probably means you don't have an Odysseyware class, but if you do happen to have an Odysseyware class, then you'll need to make sure you know how to click on this and log in. Finally, if you're taking an Acellus class with us, you can log in directly through the Acellus app. So again, one thing with our schools, we have 4 different curriculum choices, which gives us a lot of options in terms of working with students, what your goals are, if you're behind, if you're ahead, credits, all that good stuff. So most of you will be working in Canvas and Edgenuity, but we have a lot of students that work in Acellus as well, and some that prefer Odysseyware. So if you have your classes, make sure you can get in. Make sure both either on your Chromebook or if you're using a personal computer that things are working to get into all your programs. If you scroll down, these are all the supplemental learning apps. So these are ones that you may or may not use through the year. Some of them are optional. Some of them, depending on what class you have, you'll want to use it. But I want to take a little bit of time in going through each of these as well. If you have a live math class, you're going to be using CK12. And you'll be using the Desmos math calculator to do your math class. So CK12 provides a lot of math and science as well. I think some of our science teachers use it, but a lot of math curriculum. You can go in there and get a digital textbook. You can get example problems, videos. It's a great resource, and we use it a lot for our live math classes. Desmos math calculator for any math class, whether it's Edgenuity, Odysseyware, live, you should have this open. It's a great tool to not only do some calculations, but it's a whole nice built-in graphing thing. So as you're doing any sort of algebra class, pre-algebra, geometry, algebra 2, you should be using the Desmos math calculator. Now for this Becoming a Digital Learner class, we're going to be using some stuff in Common Sense Education. So some of the materials pulled in through here on a week-by-week basis, but you can click here and get around. However, I will tell you the week 12 final project, you will need to go into a link. You'll be doing some stuff with Common Sense Education, kind of picking your own final project that you want to do. Code.org. If you're taking any coding classes, or in particular later on computer science principles class with us, we will be doing some stuff from code.org, as well as, I thought there was another one, but I don't see it on there. If you're doing geometry, your teacher will want you to do some things in GeoGebra. ESL Reading Smart is one of the tools we use for students who are learning and trying to get better at their English speaking. Khan Academy is a great support tool if you just want some extra help and tutoring. Sometimes students may not click right away with what they see in Edgenuity or some other curriculum, and so they can go into Odyssey or Khan Academy and find a similar topic. MobiMax and Newsela, middle school students can use them to access extra practice. Newsela is great for just critical reading assignments, kind of reading topics, current events topics, and kind of seeing how well you can read and practice reading and stuff. Naviant, you'll be using that throughout the year. It's a college and career app. So you can go in there and explore, research different careers. different colleges, different programs, do some personal inventory stuff. Great supplementary tool as you're going through high school and thinking about what you want to do after high school. This Oregon School Library Information System, if you're doing any sort of research, there is a ton of resources in here to help you find good articles, find good information that you can use for your research paper. So take a look through some of those. Again, you might not see all of these. You might not have access to all these, but just click around and see what you do have access to. Testing apps. You guys all have MAP testing. This is for 6th to 10th graders. In October and in January, we'll be doing testing both in math and reading just to get a gauge on where you're at and how well are you growing in those topics. One of the things as a school, we want to just see overall, get a sense of what we're doing and are our students actually improving in those areas. Finally, we talked about this in orientation. All of your teachers have an online Zoom classroom to meet with them. So you can see if you're a middle school student, you'll want to attend Mrs. Berry's homeroom class. And here's a direct link to her Zoom classroom to get into that. If you're high school, you either have Mrs. Alderman or Mrs. Lindholm to attend their online Zoom classrooms. And finally, Ms. Wolf is our counselor for our high school counselors. If you're wanting to meet with her to talk about credits, transcripts, any counseling questions, here's access to her online Zoom classroom. If you keep scrolling down, here's all of our teachers. For you guys, 6th to 12th grade, these are the teachers that you're going to need to interact with. You have links there. There's also these same links in Canvas, so you may not ever use them in Zoom, but at least it gives you a picture of what your teachers look like. There I am right there. That's Mr. Close. That's me. Hopefully you've already watched the welcome video, but that's what it looked like right there. But there's a good introduction to Clever. There's not really much more on there. I just want to make sure we're starting off the week. Starting off, this is the first week, so things are a little crazy anyway. Make sure you're getting in and clicking around. For your tool assignment this week, here's what it's going to look like. You're going to open it up, and again, you're watching this video right now, but I want you to click on the week 1 lesson tool for Clever. It's going to prompt you to make your own copy, and when you open it, it's going to like this. It's going to say, becoming a digital learner. Here's our week 1 tool. And what you're going to do is you're going to go list out all the apps you see in your Clever portal. You'll start off the first one as we see Canvas. What do you think the app's purpose is? Well, I've got classes and communicate with teachers. And am I able to log in? Yes. So you're just going through and clicking around, doing some exploration. Hopefully it doesn't take you this long, and hopefully you've already done some of that. Again, if you need the portal, if you're setting up your personal computer as well as your Chromebook, there's the link right there that you can do and then bookmark on your own personal computer as well. When you're all done, when you're ready to turn this assignment in, you're going to come up here to share. You're going to make sure I can edit so I can put comments in, copy the link, and you'll come right back up into here, and it'll look a little bit different because you're a student, but there'll be a submit button up here, and I just want you to submit the URL, and that's how you'll turn this first project in. A lot of the projects and different things throughout this whole term are going to be just like this. You'll make a Google Doc, put in your own answers, reflections, content, things like that, and then share what you did right back with me in Canvas. All right, hopefully you're having a great start to the week. If you have any questions, give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. I look forward to working with you guys.